Welcome to the Beyond the Vines podcast, where I interview local business owners in Sonoma County to highlight small business and grow our community. I'm your host, Amy Ehlers, a mom, realtor, and Sonoma County native, and I'm excited to connect you to some amazing people in this beautiful area that we call home. Welcome back to the Beyond the Vines podcast, and Happy New Year. This is my first episode of 2025. I took a good few week break there to enjoy the holidays, and I am so excited to be back, and what a good way to start off. Today we are here with Nicole and Desiree Fox of the Den Design Group. If you don't follow them on social media already, you should, because I am obsessed with their page, and I'm pretty sure I like all of your posts. Okay. A little bit more about them. Desi and Nicole are the founders and senior designers of the Den Design Group, an interior design firm based out of the charming town of Pengrove, California. They are a sister duo with a talent for space planning, love for fine finishes, and a passion for designing functional and beautiful homes. Desi and Nicole grew up in Petaluma, surrounded by the world of construction, real estate, and design, which led them to pursue their education in interior design. They have spent the last decade working on high-end residential homes in Silicon Valley alongside a luxury home developer, and are excited to have branched out on their own, allowing them the opportunity to work on more local projects in the North Bay. From initial design concepts to construction and move-in, they're passionate about managing every step of the process. When they're not designing, they can be found on their quiet country road making tons of noise with their combined 5 boys. They not only work together but live 8 houses apart and are lucky enough to enjoy all aspects of life together. And with that, I welcome you both. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm so excited. Yeah, that you guys were able to come in today.
Yeah.
So fun. And also, I love that you have a noisy house, because so do I.
Oh, God.
So
we have 2 very noisy houses.
And you're 8 houses apart?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you ever just send the kids down to the other?
Oh, yeah.
We do. Oh, yeah. We'll text.
Yes.
Tell us when they get there.
I love that. I do that with the neighbors.
Nice.
Yeah. Love it. So can you share what inspired you to start the Den Design Group and what areas you serve?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Des and I have been obsessed with design and interior design since we were little girls. We were a big Barbie house. We had 3 girls in our family, and our mom and dad let us just destroy the house. Every time someone would come over, it was like, Barbie's in the living room, Barbie's in the front yard. Mm-hmm. I used to draw houses since I was in 2nd grade. So I would draw the floor plans for the Barbie houses and then houses, and Desi would draw the families that lived there.
And she would go as far as to name all the family members and then their extended family and lay out developments. There was also a time where she would play with Tonka trucks, and I'd walk in and she'd have their cars in the driveways and stuff, and I was a little more girly than that. You were fine. I was okay, I'll go draw the people and I'll draw their clothes, and
That's so funny.
But I would save all of our colored pencils and then create roadways and developments, and then I would draw model homes for all the houses, and then she'd put the families in them. Yeah. So we've been into it our whole lives. And I went to school for interior design knowing that was what I wanted to do from 2nd grade. And Desi went back to school, or she went to college for art, and then I started working for a developer, and I was going on maternity leave with my 2nd son. And so I was like, Desi, she had gone back to school for interior design at this point. And I'm like, Des, you have to cover for me. Yeah. And since we were working for a developer, it was very construction-based and not very fun. And Desi's no. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
And
she got me, though.
She
made me come over. I was just freshly, I didn't even graduate necessarily. It was at AA at the JC. So I finished that course, and I was starting to look for interior design jobs, and she was heavy construction, and I was no, that does not sound good. But she got me, and I went on board and was instantly thrown into construction management of a fire rebuild in Napa.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I did get to design and have fun with that, but I was literally writing contracts and meeting with contractors from never doing that. I was surrounded by construction growing up. Our dad owns an electrical contracting business.
Totally.
But no, I'm not I was not a, roll up your sleeves and get dirty kind of girl, construction-wise. So I learned a lot really quickly, and it was a good experience. So, with him, he did a lot of spec houses, so we did get to do the design of that, but the back end was far more construction management, and I was a project coordinator, but just talking to contractors all the time, and I think design was the direction we just wanted to stick to and go with. And so I think for a couple of years we were like looking at it like, that's the goal. We need to like make this happen for us that we can like go out on our own and do our own thing and
just focus on design.
Yeah.
Because we got to do every inch of these houses that we were doing, and a lot of them were in Silicon Valley, so they were big houses, like
next
the
level.
good houses, and they were so fun. But there was just like so much we were managing and so much we were handling that it was like, oh, if we could just push to design only and do what we love to do. Yeah. But I think that like gave us a leg up in the industry because we know construction, we know where rough valves need to be set and lighting and all these things. So I think
we had the confidence from that to do it. And then the inspiration was just like growing up knowing we loved it, seeing our parents run their own construction business. So I think we just always knew like it's going to happen someday, and it just like very organically came to be.
I think that's a good point that you make too, that because you have this construction knowledge now, which wasn't ultimately the direction you wanted to take.
Yeah.
You can use that now to like educate your clients on why this won't work or why this will, but we need to do this to make that happen. Whereas I think a lot of people don't have that experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people think interior design is pretty, right? They're like, oh my God, like fun, you do that. And it's like, I say, like interior design, actually picking the fun stuff is the quickest part of the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's like, how do you tell somebody to build that? Like,
interesting.
Yeah, you look at a picture, right, and it's beautiful, and it's like all the hours that went in to doing CAD for those cabinets and the counter and what's the thickness on the counter and
plumbing,
where your lights are set, and it's so much more like nitty gritty construction based than pretty based. Yeah, and I also say like not everybody can design. Like some people are good at it, or you're not. It's not something you can really learn. You either have a good eye for it, but you can have a good eye and not know how to execute or tell people how to do it. So that's where I think like our construction background, not necessarily doing what we wanted to do right out of college, or at least me, because I graduated in 2009 and the economy was like garbage. So I was like working in architecture for doing school construction and then construction management, and it was like all I wanted to do was high-end residential.
But you got there.
We got there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Those are good other points you bring up, though, too, because I watched way too much HGTV over, like, the holidays. And I was like, we have to redo our kitchen. Like, it's got to happen. Yeah. And I was talking to my husband about it, because before I was like, okay, we could just paint the cabinets and just do, like, new counter and backsplash. And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, no, I think we need to bring somebody in, and we need to just do it right.
Yeah, totally.
So I think those are good points, because I can see what it will look like. Yeah. But I don't know. I need to know, like, I need somebody to tell me how to do the counter, and I need, like, what kind of lighting do I put in here, and all of those things that I don't. I sell real estate. I don't know how to design.
Well, some things, too, like, if people try and do it themselves, which is great. Yeah. But if you're dealing with a contractor, they're not necessarily laying you out months in advance. Like, think about what you want. Find what you like. They're going to call you on a Tuesday at work and be like, where do you want this rough valve set? And you're like, what are you talking about? And then you have to run to Home Depot and pick something on the shelf to put in, and then you didn't think about your husband's 6'4", and they mounted at 6 feet tall. So there's just so many things that I say, like, the sooner you can bring a designer in, the better, because we're actually more like helping with your lifestyle. Like, how do you live in your space? It's not just like making it look pretty. It's how do you use your space? So,
and it's a big investment, so they want to do it right.
It is.
Yeah. That's so true. So what are your unique strengths as a team? So obviously sisters, do you bring different like strengths to the table?
We do. Yeah. I'll let you start, because Nicole usually is the beginning of a project. She's got, go ahead.
I love like floor plans and architecture and design. So I normally work with our clients like right out the gate of space planning, and either working, if they have an architect, I'll work with them. We do a lot of our own plans too, but just laying out, adjacencies and what rooms they want where and how it's going to feel. And I don't know, I just love talking about how much light you're going to get in, and how, if you want an open space or more private spaces and islands, and like we've done so many houses that we know like the circulation that we want to get around everything. And so that's my big kind of thing in the beginning is like, do we have the shell that we need? And then I kind of like, I don't black out on that part of the project, but I'm like, okay, Des, take it from here. Yeah. And Desi and the girls in the office will take it and
I'm like obsessed with fixtures and finishes, and so like all of the mood boards. So we call them design binders, right? And it's like a set of slides that just is like the Bible for the project. So it's like just a visual representation of everything. So whether it's working through it with the client or finally approved fixtures and finishes, we present it all on like a set of slides. And so anything from like paint colors, we'll start with a palette for the whole space, and then from there we'll build off of like paint colors to like stains, different wood types that we're bringing in, mixed metals for like cabinet hardware and light fixtures, tile, countertops, like all the fun stuff. That's like, I mean, I really do thrive with that.
I can see your eyes lighting up like tile.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. Yeah,
she'll stay up till 2:00 just to get it done. It's like, that's not due yet.
Yeah,
and she's like, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, well, you get like, you get a vision and you're like, I got to tackle it.
You're an artist.
Come together.
Yeah.
But yeah, then appliances and plumbing fixtures. Like, I love all that. And I just love to bring it all together and visualize it and share that with the client. And we both definitely are talking to clients all day long, every day. Both of us are equally like invested. Yeah. I mean, there are a couple smaller projects that maybe I've taken the lead on and she's taken the lead on. But for the most part, like our big projects, like full house builds and full house remodels, we're both very much involved.
Yeah. And I care about like the cabinets and like all that stuff too. Totally. But Desi just has a really good eye for mixing those finishes and bringing them in. Yeah.
But so does she. You do too. I mean, our vision, our style is like, I'd say exactly the same.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. There are some things every once in a while.
Did you grow up like in a beautiful home? This made me think.
When I was 13, our parents did a big addition and a kitchen remodel. And my mom, she went really hard. Like, she did a good job. Yeah. So, and I think my dad, an electrical contractor, so he was in houses that were just amazing. And I
wonder if that inspired it a little bit.
Probably.
I mean, like the importance of having that space.
Yeah. I think about that often though, because I'm like, our dad was in the trades, our mom loves houses, and she did that. And I think we have this like thought that like, of course we're gonna have that too, because I think we grew up like that. So we want our house to feel great. We want everybody's houses we work in to feel like amazing. Yeah. And just growing up like that. Yeah. Houses were kind of everything.
And they are. I mean, when you think about how much time you spend in your house, it's like, why would you not want your house to be your sanctuary and like everything? You don't want to go on vacation to leave your house. Make your house like everything to you, your vacation.
I agree with you. Yeah. It's such a like day-to-day game changer if you love the space that you're in.
Totally. And you're getting enough natural light and
it's so true. Yeah, it's so true. Well, how would you describe your design style? It sounds like you have similar ones. And then how do you kind of adapt to suit different clients' needs? Do they kind of know your style and come to you for that, or do you see like a lot of different things?
Yeah. I would say so. I would say our style is definitely transitional, which I feel like everyone can kind of say that nowadays, but it's hard because there are definitely like traditional aspects that we love. Like, I love the characteristic of like a cool detail on a cabinet, but I am also like, I don't want it to feel stuffy and old, So it's like, I love some of those details. I love some color, Still, I'd say the boldness of a color, like I'd still go neutral, even if it is a bold color. But
I like a lot of natural wood, natural oak
wood
and
natural stone.
For sure.
But then with that traditional side, like I think what makes us transitional is there are some more modern, sleek, sexier lines that we can get out of like modern design that when they're brought together, it's like you get the best of both worlds, like a little traditional like characteristics and a little bit of the sleekness with modern. So
and definitely blending like the modern amenities with charm, finding that and like
that's a good point, especially in like a kitchen, like it needs to be functional and not all of that's pretty.
And you want the big fridges, but you don't want to look at a huge stainless steel wall. So like panel ready it and pretty appliance hardware and decorative ranges and just special sconces and things. So we like to blend it all.
Totally.
I know.
And I'd say our clients that come to us, they've already seen, like, they've done their research. They've seen our website. They've seen our Instagram. Like, they know, like, what they can expect coming to us. So I'd say it's pretty easy to work with people. Like we're not, there's no like headbutting on
right. That
design,
makes sense.
which is great.
Yeah. And do they mostly trust you? Like I feel like I'd be like, whatever you say.
Yeah. I would say it's a mix. It's a mix. Yeah. We do we have
totally.
we call them unicorns when they're like the people that are just like, I love everything you presented the first try. And I'm like, thank you.
We love you.
This is great. We love you. And then we have the people that, you know, want a little bit of their hand in it. And I get it. It's like your own personal space. Yeah. But it's usually not too big of a...
Yeah.
Do you do like more kitchens, more bathrooms, all of it?
We're primarily... I mean, we love a whole house model, you know? Definitely more kitchens.
People have you come in and do their whole house at once.
Yeah, that's what most people.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you might as well, if you're getting all this construction done.
Yeah.
Just go for a little bit and let you guys talk.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, too, who've, like, been in their houses for 30 years and it needs a revamp and the kids are grown and we're kind of switching that house over. That's really fun to go in and just modernize it. And then... new builds. We love new builds.
Oh, yeah.
But if we had to pick, we do more kitchens if someone's coming for us for like a one-off project. But it snowballs, you know? You transform it and then it's like, oh, my doors look old and my baseboards and my stair railings.
Totally.
Yeah, so we turn it into a whole house project.
I love it. Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Once you're in there, it's like, okay, what can I do for next? Yeah. I love that. So what is your approach to kind of understanding a client's vision and turning it into a tangible design?
Yeah. I feel like it starts with like conversation. So, right, they're coming to us. We're not like somehow magically like picking someone and being like,
like you need a new kitchen. So I saw your Instagram post. It's questionable back there.
Right? Give us all your money.
Yeah, right.
So it's a conversation and it's like really good back and forth. And we know all the questions that we want to ask to get like, you know, it starts with function, like get everything that they need out of the space. And then it just progresses to, like, once we start working with someone, like, inspiration images, just a couple inspiration images so that we can, like I said earlier about the design binder, set our palette and then move from there. And, we work really closely with them. Like, it is, like I said, we get those unicorns that they love the first thing, but sometimes it's, you know, 2 or 3 revisions. And I think that helps us, like, nail the aesthetic for the whole house. And then that's when we can really start building. And
I think a lot of people, too, though, are set. Like, they are used to something being one way, and they can't really see it a different way. Yeah. So it's really fun to walk into someone's space with kind of, like, you know, x-ray vision and look through and be like, that's, cool, you want to do that. But, like, let's tear this wall out and open it up and, like, just show them all the opportunities that they have in their house. So,
I feel like we've definitely blown some people's mind before, and they're like, oh, wow, never considered that.
Oh, I love that. Do you have, like, any time, like, if it's 2 spouses, like them headbutting on different styles or anything like that, or are they all?
Yeah. We're like the counselor to marriage. Sometimes the husband wants something and then it's finding a way to blend it where the wife can love it. But I can imagine. We're a counselor, for sure. So, you gotta make them happy.
Totally.
Men don't really care about the finishes and it looking pretty. They just want to make sure like they have surround sound
and
you know,
special
electrical things.
That makes sense.
So it's like you can have your heated toilet for sure.
I feel like that's a big guy thing is the toilet situation.
Yeah. I think everyone should have a heated toilet.
Do you? I don't have one, but like a lot of the neighbors have heated toilets. It's kind of like a gift everybody got their husbands one year.
Yeah, they're nice.
All right, good to know. Okay. So how do you balance that functionality and the aesthetics in your design? You know, obviously, like we were saying, we want it to look pretty, but it needs to actually function for people.
We're big on cabinetry. That's our main, is like, where can we put a lot of built-ins and hide your things? And how do you live? What do you have? Where are we going to hide your dog leash and the dog toys and all the kids' paperwork when you walk in the door? And do you have a hidden spot for shoes? You know, we really care about how people live in the space, what kind of storage they need, and how to, like, let them hide all those things. Because that's going to make you feel the most comfortable in your house.
Yeah, I know.
You can hide your appliances so your counters look clean, and we give you the most function in your drawers and doors, and there's game cabinets and blanket cabinets, and we like to to deck it out, but then make those cabinets look pretty. Like, they can't just be base cabinets and uppers. It's got to be a mix of hutches and shelves, and It's a lot of detail,
that
goes into it.
Yeah, but I would say that number one priority is the function, right? So that's where we start, and then it's like, all right, and then we'll make it pretty once it's done. But get you all those spaces.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. I don't like clutter. Like, I can't stand it. So when you're saying hide it in all the cabinets, that's basically my house.
Yeah. I know. Like we got lunch boxes on the counter half the time.
I know. I can't stand the lunchbox, but I feel like if I don't leave the lunchbox on the counter, I may forget to pack lunch.
Yeah.
So totally. that is out. Everything else is put away, but the lunchbox.
Totally.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
We've only got a couple kids now that actually need lunches packed because the other ones are getting older, and so the pile's gotten smaller.
Yeah. I just tell my kids now, I'm like, you're hot lunch.
Totally.
I don't care. I don't care if you're not eating.
We don't want a lunchbox on the counter. You're getting hot lunch.
Yeah. Right? It's not pretty. Spider-Man doesn't look good on the counter.
Exactly.
Half the time it's my husband's lunchbox. I'm like, put your boots away.
Yes.
And hide your lunchbox.
My husband has the most massive lunchbox, and I'm like, can I find a new spot for that?
Yeah.
It's
not cute. Doesn't look good on my.
Oh, you know what? I think I will clear out a cabinet and put it in there.
There you go.
Because it is a
big dog.
Yeah. It sits on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the gym bag, too. Whatever.
The gym bag. The gym bag's always by the door.
Yeah.
This is true. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to update their space but has a limited budget?
It's hard.
It is, yeah.
Construction and design is just expensive.
Yeah.
Well, and like you mentioned, you look at your kitchen and you think, like, I can paint it and just do my countertops, but then it's like you don't have all the functions that you want out of a kitchen.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I would say if you can, wait a couple years, save some money and do it right. But in the meantime, like, we think, like, paint and, like, trim is, like, something that makes a big difference if you have that little, like, what is it? I don't even know what size it is. Like,
I know you're talking about.
It's like tiny little trim.
Decorative trim, little baseboards.
Yeah, and dingy paint or like a glossy or paint on your walls. It's like you can just tell, like, like certain things that builders used to do that it's like, oh, that dates a house. Yeah. So paint's a big thing, and then also like
cabinet hardware,
mixed metals and stuff.
That's a good point.
Just it's expensive, but if you pay for nice cabinet hardware, it's gonna transform your space.
For sure, that's a very good point.
Yeah, okay. And lighting can get really expensive, but there are some like lower price point, like entry level, nice, like well designed.
That's a good point.
Yeah, light fixtures, and so those are kind of things like if you can't afford to like move them or whatever, it's like you just plop a new one in, and
I like that.
It makes a big difference. Light fixtures for sure.
I love it.
My big advice to anybody though is wall texture. Like, if you are going to start touching a space or do one room at a time, like skim over those walls and get a flat, smooth texture, because that's going to make your space feel like fresh and new. It's you don't want to spend all this money like redo your kitchen and keep your existing drywall or the texture, and then you look at it and you're like, why doesn't this look like that photo? It's like you can tell that base layer. So even if you're going to like scrape popcorn ceilings, do that and retexture the kids' rooms and start with that and like build your way out, There
you go.
That's my
main
one.
That's good
new
advice.
Texture.
That's really good advice. Coming into this new year, do you know like any design trends? Do you kind of tend to lean more classic anyways, or are there trends that you're following or see other people following?
Yeah, well, gray's out. It's been out for a while, but we're definitely seeing like earth tones, and we're loving it. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like I never thought I would be into brown, but I love like the range of browns, and I'd say like
kind of like Portola paint or like that
Portola paint,
Roman clay walls to give
wash.
That texture, and actually a lot more slab cabinets and wood, like oak slab cabinets.
Yeah.
So like
a rustic modern vibe.
Yeah.
Like people want those natural stones, wood tones, like just like earthy is back.
Yeah.
And
do you think my kitchen will come back?
What did you say you have in there?
I have like builder grade dark cabinets. It was very cute in the moment. Dark cabinets and like the cute little tiles,
like mosaic.
Squares.
Are they glass tiles?
They gotta go.
I don't know if that's gonna
happen. It's not coming back.
Lime wash over them. I've seen people doing like plaster over them. Yeah.
Oh, I could do that just for now because it's driving me insane. Yeah. That's.
I'll have to send you a video from a guy. He redid his whole bathroom over like the orange.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, please send me the video. Yeah, because really, that's those tiles every day.
Yeah.
It bother me. So it's not coming back.
No problem.
I don't know if I was ever into that. But
Girl, wasn't
definitely
ever a
have
thing?
some in my last house. Out the back.
Totally. Literally. It's a big kitchen too, all over.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you this video, and you're gonna go home and just start skim coating.
That's so funny. Okay, so like a lot of natural woods and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Zen.
And I'd say like
zen, spa feeling.
I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, darker woods are in too, but like I love that like light. Like a raw wood finish, so like a waterborne stain on it, so that it's not like glossy.
Yeah. Or orange.
Yeah, no orange, no yellow.
Like a clear coat.
Clear coat, yeah.
Wow, really? Okay,
good to know. Waterborne stain.
So if you are DIYing, not clear coat.
Don't clear coat.
It's going to be yellow.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So how do you think a well-designed space impacts productivity, mood, overall well-being?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about like making sure like our number one focus when designing someone's house is like, what is the function? Like, how are you using the space? Going back to the lunch boxes, like, what do you take out with you every day? What do you bring back? What needs to be stored or what's, like, I think number one to like come and enjoy your space is, like we said, just to have a place for everything so that it is a sanctuary. Like you come in, there's no clutter anywhere. It's just like well thought out and you walk in, you put your stuff down, you go sit down and chill.
Yeah. You are home.
Yeah. So I think it makes a big difference though when you can declutter your mind.
Oh yeah.
Declutter your space, declutter your mind, and then So
and then just have spaces large enough for your family to be together, you know?
Yeah.
And then also now people like their separate little rooms too. Like a family room or a spot to put the kids and their toys where your main room when you walk in just feels like, okay, we eat dinner here and we hang out around the kitchen, but your mess is in the other room.
I was like that when my kids were little. Our dining room was not used as a dining room. That was the playroom.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no toys in the living room because we couldn't handle being in the kitchen, living room, my space.
So
like
bad.
That's where the toys go.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you say that because I can totally relate and operate on that level.
That's another trend that I feel like is happening is like the concept of the open floor plan is like, I think people still want that like big open great room, but they definitely appreciate those smaller, more thoughtful rooms for
breakaway spaces.
Stuff,
breakaway space, and the stuff. There's so much stuff.
Yeah. There's so much stuff.
So much stuff.
We should all purge a little bit.
That's another thing. Major purge because our girls just swapped rooms, which is like the perfect excuse to like clean everything out, fresh paint, new furniture, and get it all out of here. I was definitely embarrassed though because we had somebody come pick up the donation stuff. I'm like, please do not let any neighbors see how many bags we have out here. This is ridiculous. But we have a lot of kids too. I kind of have an excuse.
I just did that at Christmas. I was like,
so good.
I was so overwhelmed for like 3 days. Like, why did people buy us presents? This is horrible. I don't want gifts ever again.
That's with the kids. We don't do gifts. We do a trip because I can't stand all the stuff.
It's
and they're
crazy.
at the age now too. They don't. What are they going to do with it?
They don't. They play with it for 7 seconds and then they're over it or it's broken. How many kids do you guys have?
Between the two of us, we have 5.
Oh,
so,
5.
So it's like if let's say they each only get 3 presents, that's 15 already.
Totally.
Just for us.
Too
much stuff. So we always plan like a trip. And stuff. Santa, of course, brings a present because Santa doesn't do the trip. So,
exactly.
But otherwise,
Sure, that's a good idea.
Go somewhere fun.
Yeah. We need to do that.
Because I can't handle all the overwhelm those next few days of like, where does it all go?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
For sure. So fun. Can you share any before and after success stories that really stand out to you about clients' homes?
Yeah. We've done a couple.
Yeah.
I think personally our 2 houses that we both just remodeled our houses. I moved on to the same street as Nicole 3.5 years ago.
That's so fun.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
But we did a nice renovation, just like updated everything and, took advantage of the ceiling heights and so that was one. But Nicole's house too, she did a remodel and it just makes such a difference. I know I'm not going to get into detail on that one because there's one project that we did that's actually on our website.
Transform
Townhouse, which is this, I don't know what year it was built, but it was a fun project for this bachelor that was like, I need to update my space.
Wow.
Can you guys come in and take a look? And
it's in Los Gatos. And so it was like a really nice neighborhood and the house was just so dated. It was all original. The kitchen was like off to the side in a dark hole.
Oh, wow.
You walked in with this big staircase and like an atrium, and then the family room was like around the corner in another dark hole. So none of the spaces were connected. Wow. And So that's our little X-ray vision. We walked in. I'm like, you're tearing these stairs out. We're moving them over here. We're gonna blow the wall out. Cool. Blow this wall out. And so when we were done, it was this really cool. Like you walked in, and it was a grand entry where you could see the loft up above, and then the family room. We had really he let us go crazy. Like we got really awesome light fixtures. Opened up his whole kitchen, a big island. All of his bathrooms were redone. Like made a wet room for him. Wow. It was fun.
And he was like. He was adventurous. Like he really appreciated. He was like an art collector, and he loved like the swanky light fixtures and stuff. So he was fun to work with, and
he let us
do what we wanted. His kitchen ended up like really moody and bachelor vibes, and we kind of like he didn't want to move too much of like the appliance locations, so. Because it wasn't like maybe where we wanted like focal walls, we had kind of created spaces in there that like made a focal point.
Makes sense. Okay.
So that's a cool project.
That's so fun. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
2 before and after photos.
There's not before, but I mean that might be an Instagram post. That needs
yeah. I love that, or like a reel, you know, something.
Yeah. We have one in Novato that hopefully we get.
Ooh,
it's almost done, but that was like it's a full house.
Oh,
gut.
Oh my god. That's so cool. Hearing you like describe all this stresses me out because I'm like, what if this goes wrong, or what if like you know what
that's
I mean?
Why you need a designer.
That's why you need a designer. It like really reaffirms it. Like when you are explaining moving the staircase and all the things. Like for normal people, that's so overwhelming. And it's amazing that you can just like and we're just gonna move the staircase. Like
Well, we can say that, but we're not doing it.
It's true. We'll draw it.
Yeah, you'll draw it out for them.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love it. So, what is your vision for the Den Design Group in the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think, we came from working with a developer. And so I think the spec house time of our life was so fun.
Yeah.
And I think both of us, with our, like, we'd love to, have den houses out there someday.
That's cool.
That we've designed from, like, ground up. Yeah, floor plan up.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the dream.
That. Yeah. I love that. Well, and your branding and your name and everything already fits so well with that. That's a great idea. Yeah. I got you. All right.
We bought we bought a lot in Katati 3 years ago that is sitting and waiting for us. We have it designed, like we did the floor plan and everything, but then she moved. We both remodeled our houses. I had a baby.
We started a business.
We started a business. Details. I'm like, we'll get there. In 5 years, the house better be gone.
So that's going to be the first of the houses.
Yes. So hopefully we just can snowball that into another and another. And
stay tuned.
It was going.
Cool, you guys. That's amazing.
Den house.
That's the dream.
That would be nice to be like, oh, I bought a den house. Yeah. I hear it, you guys. I see it.
Right?
And we do love clients, but spec houses are really fun because it's like our
creative freedom.
So
that's a great point. Yeah.
So maybe a few clients sprinkled in there on like the really cool.
Or like flips. Do you ever do flips or anything?
Flips would be fun.
I would do flips. Yeah.
I feel like that would be so up your alley.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that could also we would love to. The market just get a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
At least you know people that can help you with that.
Yeah. Totally.
Definitely.
It's a good connection to have. What are 3 fun facts about you personally?
Oh my gosh, we're going back and forth.
I feel like we've touched on every
that's true.
Interesting thing about us, which is fine. We can go over it again. Well, one of the cool things is like we work together, sisters. We live on the same street. So I feel like that's really lucky. Like people, half the time we tell them that we're sisters and we work together. And by the way, we also live on the same street. They look at us like we're crazy.
and like that we get along so well and don't fight.
They're like, you guys don't bicker. I feel like you're really close with your sister too. We're lucky to have those relationships.
Yeah.
We kind of joke like, we love our husbands, but we're like, we're each other's soulmates.
Absolutely.
Isn't there, you have one more sister though,
We do.
Right? Does she feel left out?
I mean, she lives in LA, so she's got to be left out.
She's our other soulmate.
Here, she would be right in.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's so funny.
She was like in between jobs a few months ago. We brought her in, so she was helping us a little. Yeah, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But then she
got
a
new
job.
Fun.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, she's creative too. So she's following her
she's in the film.
Yeah, she wants to be a writer.
Okay, I know.
She wants to be a writer, and so she's working for a director. She's cool. We've all got that little like creative thing in us.
That's so funny. Yeah, it must be something in your house like growing up.
I know. We were trying to.
I think our mom was just really
chill.
She just
let you do paint wherever.
She nurtured anything we ever wanted to do. She was like encouraged.
I love that.
She was great.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's one.
1.
2. Oh, just
we love boating. lakes.
Oh,
summer.
Okay. There you go.
We grew up at Berryessa.
Yep.
Like we had one of the trailers and one of the, one of the marinas.
Yep.
So
I love that.
We still go there and like we take our
house, too.
trips.
Yeah. We're at Blue Lake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then Lake Almanor. You have to go to Lake Almanor.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
The best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We do a week there every summer. And that's just like, that's the new tradition for us.
Yeah.
And so that's fun with our boys. I think we've gone, this will be our 10th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Husbands too, or just you guys and the boys?
Oh,
Yeah.
full family.
Husbands get along too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
they have
It's
to.
so cool. They don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
Like last night we went on a walk and we just walked in their backyard and we were together for like an hour.
It was awesome.
That's so fun, you guys.
Most
I love
nights.
that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so boat people, sisters on the same street.
Yeah. And then I think we already said it, the boys.
So 5 crazy boys.
Yeah. We come from 3 girls and then, right now we have 5 boys and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Just had no idea.
It's so different from girls. Like,
so
boys are so
different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty wild.
Is your mom like what in the world compared to you guys?
Yeah. And our dad.
Yeah.
Our dad hunted and fished as we grew up, and everybody like felt bad for him. Like, poor Ron has 3 girls, and now he's like, I would have 7 daughters over a son. He's like, these kids are crazy. Like, yeah. He's like, you girls like would make something messy, and I'd yell at you, and you'd clean it up. And he's like, I tell these boys pick this up, and they look at me and dump another basket out in front of me.
Or they like don't get what you're saying. I feel like boys,
they don't hear you.
They don't hear you.
They don't
or
hear.
they just don't care.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is so different. I always say like the youngest girls in our house could totally run the house. Like we could be gone for a week and it would be fine. But like the boys home alone for an hour, I'm like, should we check on them?
Yeah. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They're just not.
So funny.
Takes them a while to mature, right?
That's right.
Yeah. But they're great.
They're so fun though.
Yeah, they're great.
They're good
fun.
ones. Is there anything I missed that you would want listeners to know?
No. Bring a designer in early.
Yeah. That's a great piece of advice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
People like to call like, oh, we just bought a house and we're ready. And it's like, we're 8 months out,
Well, that's a good point because you can only do so many projects at once.
Yeah.
So then having to figure that out. How much time should people plan on, like, let's say they're doing a whole house remodel. What's the time frame like on that? A year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistically,
remodel?
to get like a design intent kind of laid out and then permits if you're going to go that route.
Yeah.
And yes, of course.
Go that route.
Go that route. Do it. Yes, go that route. We only do permitting.
So then permits are going to add like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
So you're in a year and a
because of the
half.
wait time for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
Contractors, like people are busy right now. Yeah.
Bathrooms, is that like a 3-month thing or like less or more? Or?
I'd say design. I mean,
Yeah.
as if you have a contractor lined up.
Okay, good point.
Yeah, because
You gotta
that's
wait till
like
somebody's available.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say realistic 3 months. Yeah, if you're designed and you have someone lined up.
Timelines, I'm just gonna say. I watch a lot of HGTV.
It doesn't happen in 30 minutes.
No.
On like the show. A couple months.
That's so funny. Oh, that's awesome.
But
so bring somebody in early because it's not going to be a quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
just ordering things too, appliances
Right.
and getting on your cabinet maker's schedule and tile lead time.
A lot of logistics.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of logistics.
Yeah. But it's important.
Yeah. I think to like, not to go back on what we were doing, but Des and I are really big on like behind the scenes and creating spec schedules for our contractors, and the design binder is kind of more a tool with the client, which is the pretty stuff that you think, but contractors aren't going to weed through a 250 page pretty picture binder, right? Like that's another thing that I think people don't understand about design are the fees,
right?
And the time that it takes. It's like, well, we're actually putting a whole package together. So,
and are you like the main like interfacing communication with the contractors as well?
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Our packages are typically like we do stuff in North Carolina, LA.
Oh wow!
Like,
so you can kind of send it out. Okay.
So we're doing the back end, telling them what to do, so that they can get it and not bug us. The goal is to kind of be disconnected once. Yeah. But
and it's not bugging us to keep us
totally
from start to finish at all. Like that is, I would say, majority of our projects. But the project we did in North Carolina, they gave us great timing. Like they let us build a whole package for them, and then we handed over to them, and they had what they needed to go work with a contractor.
Yeah,
I did not realize that. So you can do this. Anywhere.
If someone sends us like their CAD or plans, we do.
Wow. I don't know what a CAD means.
AutoCAD. Yeah.
Don't know what that means.
That's okay.
Computer aided design?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. So that's how you send it all out.
Yeah. So our drawings are really technical and boring and don't look pretty.
That makes
but
sense.
They do look pretty. Sometimes.
They do look pretty. Yeah.
Do you like pretty fonts to describe them?
No, we should.
You should.
Yeah, like plumbing layouts, like all those dimensions are very boring. But when you get your, like, you can see your tile drawing with, like, a cabinet drawing. Like, that's exciting.
That's so exciting. Yeah.
And I think if someone's, like, starting a project and budgeting for it, I think people think it is a luxury to bring an interior designer in, but we are such a big part of any project. Yeah. And we probably we do way more than an architect, because an architect is doing the shell and the windows and the doors and they're like done. Yeah. But, we're touching every single wall in the space. Yeah. And so I would say if somebody's doing a new build or a full house remodel, bring an interior designer in. Yeah. So you're not overwhelmed. And then
that's a great point.
I kind of justify our pricing like we're your change orders. Yeah. Because you're going to do things that you don't like or you haven't thought of ahead of time, and then you're going to feel really discouraged throughout the project as your contractor is bringing you change order after change order after change order for all these like extras that you didn't think about beforehand. So it's really good to have an idea of what your project's going to come in at before. So
very good point. I don't like the word change order.
Yeah, no one does.
Terrible.
We've actually changed the name from
additional
change order
to
additional work order.
Yeah, that does make it feel a little
We had one client that was like, I do
they're
not
like, I can't look at it. Yeah, they're like, change the name. I can't think of it.
I got you.
That's so funny.
So
that's awesome. No, I've definitely see like the benefit of bringing in, a team to. Yeah. We're all experts in our own areas. Yeah. For a lot of us, it's definitely not design.
Yeah. No.
Thanks for
That's why we have a job.
Yeah, totally. Where can my listeners find you if they want to get more information or just follow you or hire you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Our website is a great way to find us. We actually have
contact form.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's really good to know your project information before you put it in there, so we can know what you're looking to do.
And it's a mouthful, but it's thedendesignGroup.com.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the Instagram's at the Den Design Group. And we're Pinterest, so a lot of
just search our name.
You'll find it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we don't TikTok. It sounds like it's going away.
To, I guess. I never did it either. So
I'm behind on that.
Way behind, but maybe we were ahead.
Yeah.
Right now, what do they do?
We just didn't waste our time.
We didn't waste our time.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you can only focus like on what you are good at, right? Like Instagram for me.
Same.
Feeds to Facebook, but I don't really.
Exactly.
That's all I can do.
For sure.
I'm trying to get better about LinkedIn though. I'm trying to I gotta figure that one out more.
Yeah. We should definitely get on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I don't have any advice for you on that. But when I do, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't have time. Like, I'm like, my brain, I can't wrap my brain around it.
I know. Yeah, we don't really touch our Instagram anymore. We have someone who does that for us, so don't DM us.
So don't.
It's not us.
Yeah. You can DM us.
It'll get to us. It will get to us.
Okay. But don't be like, hey, there was a great episode today. Like,
you can do that.
Yeah.
She'll send it to us. But if you have like project questions, go to the website.
Go to the website or contact you directly. That makes more sense. Yeah. Awesome.
And our emails, our personal emails are on the website too. Yeah. So
and our personal cell phones. But email us.
Don't do the cell phone. No midnight text messages about kitchens.
Oh, we get them.
We get them.
We get them all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So sorry if we don't respond to them.
No, I think that is absolutely understandable.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I'm actually not sorry about that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard. People, I think, are like, well, I'm off work and I'm thinking about it. And it's like, well, no, I'm off work and I'm texting you at 9.
Totally. Yeah, exactly. So, it's so hard.
It is hard.
It is. So that balance is really hard. Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming
for having
us.
It
was fun to have you.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
If you like what you hear, please be sure to like and subscribe, learn more about Sonoma County and all that we have to offer here.